Hey again, YouTube. Cat. So this is my next build. This is an entirely different philosophy of use. So the build looks actually a lot different, as you can see. This is more of a kind of like a scout rifle. I intend to put it in the backpack and without really a lot of situations, kind of carry with me to get some longer range targets. Hey, kitty. So again, this is a kind of a military gun. It's intended use as other combatants in the defensive purpose. The distance is the location is no longer within close quarters. This is outside, and the distances is intended distances between 1 and 400 yards. It is more of a support rifle if you have other people on the ground in more close range and you want some sort of longer range support sniper role. But only between 1 to 400 yards is the kind of rifle you would like. I also intend to, without real life situations in the wilderness, maybe take out some coyotes to eat them, that sort of thing. So for that intended purpose, this is a situation where I do want to put in a backpack. I have this nice backpack that's pretty long. I tried to make it as light as possible. This is lighter than my tactical carbine. This is actually, with the scope, 6.6 pounds. So it is rather light. You can kind of easily hold. So it was kind of difficult to do that. But because of that, that's another thing to think about. Do you want a heavier gun, a lighter gun? In general, a lighter gun is better for tactical purposes. So to do that, I did get a 16-inch barrel. I didn't think I needed an 18-inch. The 16-inch works great, and I'm shooting up to 500 yards. I don't want that 14.7-inch barrel that you saw my other one. I want a little bit more length, a little bit more velocity. I do have a compensator at the end. This does help with muzzle climb, so it could be a little bit more accurate. It does help with less gas going back, or less pressure going back to you. It's kind of going vertically at a 90-degree angle to you, so there's a lot less recoil, better follow-up shots. This does have a mid-length gas system. Rifle length's a little too far out for a 16-inch barrel. You want a little bit more consistency, so the mid-length gas system is the same. But this is a free-floated handguard. There's a small gas port here in the mid-length system, and then you have a free-floated gas rail that goes above it. This is a Midwest Industry one. I really like it because it's only like 9 ounces. Half a pound is pretty darn light, including the barrel. That's pretty amazing. So this works really well. We have the thin barrel with a light handguard. It's free-floated again because I'm intending to shoot at farther distances. Going to the optics. So these sorts of longer range rifles where you are going to put a scope on, you can either have maybe a 1 to 4, a 2 to 7, or a 3 to 9x scope. It kind of depends on the distances you would like. 1 to 4 is kind of nice. That's more of a Reese rifle. You may have heard that, where it's made for like kind of close quarter and then kind of reach out and touch something. This is mainly not designed for any sort of close quarter combat, so I went for the 2 to 7x scope because I didn't think I needed to go past 400 yards. If my target is past 400 yards, I'm just going to run away. So I didn't think I needed a 3 to 7x scope, and the 2 to 7 is a nice middle ground between like close quarter and really far away, because I could still potentially use it for someone maybe 25 to 50 yards away when put at 2x. This is a Leopold ultralight rifle scope. It's awesome. It's 8.5 ounces for a scope. Most scopes these days are running anywhere between 12 and 15 ounces. So this is 30% lighter than that. I also have the Aero Precision mount. This thing's awesome. This is only 3 ounces. So my entire scope with the mount is 11.5 ounces. So that's lighter than some scopes themselves. So it's pretty awesome. So I really like that setup, again, for the intended purposes that I talked about. You do need as well backup iron sights. I got the Troy backup iron sights that I have on my other one, but this requires a front and a rear. Going down, this is a little lighter, so I did get a standard AR-15 bolt carrier group, so that you can see here. and a standard AR-15 bolt carrier group. You can't really see it. You don't really want to focus. The tip is it doesn't go all the way down on the bolt, so it does reduce weight a tad. I did put a spike tactical bolt though in this normal AR-15 bolt carrier group. This does need to be a little bit more precise shooting. You are shooting at longer distances, so you do want a 2-stage trigger on something like this. So this is a Geisley SSA trigger. Triple checking because I'm going to pull a trigger. You do pull it up until the point where it's going to fire, and then that second stage allows you to fire. So the SSA trigger is intended for military use. So it's because of the weight. So the first stage is 2.2 pounds and the second stage is 2 pounds. So when you're excited, the adrenaline's rushing, the thought is that your fine motor skills degrade. So you do pull up until that second stage. So you want that second stage to be a little bit on the heavier side so that you don't accidentally go over it. So you want a good 2 pound second stage. So every time I've shot this, I've never felt like I'm gonna go over that second stage. I never accidentally shoot it. You know, I can just easily go up against that second stage, and then when I do find my target and I do intend to shoot, I just pull that 2-stage trigger. This is a mag pull. Moving on to the grip, this is a mag pull grip, but you can tell the angle is a little bit more acute. This you'll be shooting while you're lying down, chicken winging your arm out, so you do want that more acute angle, the normal A2 grip angle, so you don't want the other grip on your rifle. This does have, I could have gone with a rifle length stock, because this is more of a longer range. I may switch to that, but this is just lighter, so I'm tending to make it lighter. I did get this minimalist stock. It's pretty nice. It's only like 5.5 ounces, and it works really well. And I did want it because I wanted to make this rifle as light as possible. I'm really happy with how light it came out to be, only 6.6 pounds. So you don't have to make a rifle this light. You can make a 7 or 8 pound rifle. Get a beefier stock if you would like. You can get a bigger, better, heavier scope, bigger magnification. There's some 1 to 4x scopes that are a little heavier. They're like 15 ounces that you can go to if you want more of a close range to middle range rifle. And you can get maybe an 18-inch barrel for this, a similar philosophy of use. Extend it out a little bit more, get you a little bit more velocity on your bullets and reach. You can get a little bit of thicker barrel for a little bit more accuracy. But I found with these pencil barrels, they're really good. 16-inch, the Daniel Defense ones, they're really good up to 300-400 yards, no problem. I can hit like a 12-inch metal circle, no problem. So for me, going with a heavier barrel didn't really add much. Unless you're actually in the military and shooting multiple targets. This is more of a defensive gun. I'm trying to run away, I'm shooting one target, he's trying to kill me, I'm trying to run away from him, I'm trying to shoot like a coyote or something. So you don't really need a heavier barrel, I would think. But yeah, I really like this build. But it's entirely different, as you can see, than that tactical carbine.